I've got this old world Italian blood grandfather. This is my mother. She's Italian. She's Irish. Her father, Vincent Joseph Alascio, and he and I would watch television together. I would sit on his lap. I would sit near him. You know, he loved me. I have this dark skin. He doesn't know why. My mother told him I was Mexican. I'm actually African American, you know, and I've done the 23andMe test, you know, to find out a little bit more. What a racket that is, boy. Spit in a cup and send me $200. I'll tell you where you're from. A little bit of garlic in there. You're Italian. So anyway, you know, so we're watching TV. He likes the old movies, the Bowery Boys and Gone with the Wind. And we're relating on these levels. But we're watching Sanford and Son one day. And I love Sanford and Son. I love Red Fox. I think he's outrageous. And he goes, boy, that N-word makes me laugh. Mm. And I looked to my mom. I was like, Mom, we're not supposed to say that word. He didn't live with us. He visited periodically. I was like, Mom, we're not supposed to say that word in this house, right? I thought you said we weren't supposed to say that word. Remember when I came home a few weeks ago and I said, Mom, what does this word mean? You told me we're not supposed to say it. And she was like, my mom burst into tears and she sent me to my room. Mm. I get sent to my room. That's what a crappy deal that was. I mean, if I start crying, I get sent to my room. What seems like an eon later, my mom comes down to the door and she goes, Shannon, my name's Shannon Dion Flynn. And before the age of 17, I went by Shannon. So she goes, Shannon, do you remember? Okay, let me try to explain. Do you know how I sometimes call you a penguin? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, you're black and white, and I never really told your grandfather until today. I told him just now. But up until today, I told him you were Mexican. And I'm just like, what am I supposed to do with all of this information? So we drive him home later that day down to Baltimore, 22 miles southwest to Baltimore from where we lived in rural Hartford County, Maryland. And he hugs me to the side as we're dropping him off. And he hugs me. He said, I love you no matter what. And that was it. That was the only time he ever told me that he loved me. And he just dealt with it. And what happened in that moment was what happened many, 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 many times in my life, where I was paddling very quickly in an environment with all white people, and they were having a hard time rectifying what they had been taught about black people or dark-skinned people or brown people, and what they were experiencing with me.